Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Wishful Podcast. I am your host, Jamar. Today is excuse me. My lips shine. I just put some stuff on them. Today is Tuesday, April 7th, and it is 8:07. I will get into why that is significant in just 1 minute. To all of my new people, if you are new and if you are not new, typically I would encourage you to have some hors d'oeuvres and appetizers and snacks and cookies and drinks and stuff. But I ain't got that today. So, yeah, we're going to get straight into it. Your boy got fired from his job. Yeah, I know. He got fired. Yeah, I got fired, bro. They put me in the office. This happened the end of May, the last Thursday in May. So that's when it happened. They pulled me in the office. It was about 11 something. They called me in the office, and that was it. You know, I thought about going into detail, and I'll share just this much with you. When I walked in, I knew what it was. I've been with that company. I've been with Walmart. For those of you that don't know, Walmart is the company. Been with Walmart for almost 8 years, and I started September 11th, 2018. So almost 8 years. I think. Keep telling y'all, my mathematics is not mathing. So yeah, almost something. All of that to say, I know what each computer screen looks like. When I walked in, I knew what that particular screen was. It was one of my team leads. If you follow me, it was the bald head one. I have two team leads. I had two team leads at that particular time. One is a male, other is a female. One is bald head, of course, and the other is, I never had to refer to her as anything, so I'm not going to say either of their names. So she's innocent. But the other guy, I've mentioned him in a previous video before. Yeah, mentioned him. It was that team lead, and it was a coach who doesn't really look at me or talk to me as much either. But that's a different subject for another day, which is really why I want to get some meta glasses. And I try not to make the things that I say racial, but, you know, being from the South and moving up to Cincinnati is completely different. I've noticed a lot of white people, they won't look at me. You know, how I'm looking at the camera right now, they won't. They'll blink like they got something in their eye, and, you know, they'll look up and then they'll open their eyes and they'll look that way. They won't look at me. They'll do that. Or they'll find whatever reason it is not to look directly at me. I don't know if anybody else has experienced that. And I'm not going to say it's hard to describe. Like, I literally just described it. They won't look at you like you're some kind of Decepticon or something. I don't know. But, you know, I had to deal with that. I've had to deal with that while working with this company. And that's really where I noticed it. Some of the higher ups were like that, and just other general non-African American black people were like that. Whites were like that. Just what it was. But it was those two people in the office. He called me in. And he's like, we have to terminate you because you have 7 points or something. And I think the amount of points that were allowed is 5. Walmart has what's called PPTO and PTO. PTO is regular paid time off. PPTO is protected paid time off. PPTO is, you know, hey, I want to go home. I don't feel good, blah, blah, blah. There's no need to say anything. If you have that time built up, you can use it. You can leave. You won't get penalized for it. If you are late for work, for any given reason, if you had to go to a doctor's office, you know, landlord issues or not mortgage, but, you know, you had to stay home for whatever reason, childcare issues, just whatever. If you had to leave for those same reasons, that's what PPTO is for, to cover that time. That's what it's for. the other time, PTO is, of course, that's your vacation days. Hey, I'm going to wherever I want to go for the next week. That's 40 hours. You got the time, you put it in. That PTO has to be approved. PPTO does not. That's computer automatic authorized, approved. So he told me how many points I have. Then he asked me, do you have enough points? You think you have enough PPTO to cover it? And I'm looking at the screen, and I kind of looked at him, and my phone is in my pocket. So I asked him, I'm like, well, can you look it up since you already on the screen? I don't want to go in my pocket. It's going to take me a little bit and this and that. Then he says, well, we've already looked at it, and you don't have enough PPTO to cover it. So we're going to have to move on and terminate you and all of this. He wasn't, I could tell he wasn't happy about it, of course. Because I ain't trying to brag on myself. If y'all really follow any of my videos, y'all know I don't brag on myself at all. I've never been that dude. The store manager himself referred to me as a Swiss Army knife. Again, I've been there 8 years. I can tell you all of the things. I could give you insides and outsides of that company and all of these other things. But definitely not going to do that. I could, but no. So, yeah, that happened. Got terminated. And I'm sitting there looking like, damn, okay. Crazy thing was, so with Walmart, they have team leads and they have what's called coaches. To everybody else, a team lead is basically a department manager, and a coach is basically a manager. Right? Y'all with me? Okay. So that's basically what it was. The coach knew what was going on with me. I can share with y'all. So I had a lot of tardies. Not a lot, but I had some tardies because I had some health issues going on. And I'm going to go back a couple of months to where when the other team lead that got terminated, when he was there, basically I had a lot of vertigo issues. If y'all know what vertigo is, I'd wake up with extreme vertigo, and it seemed like how y'all are looking at me like this, it felt like everything was sideways for me. That's just what it felt like. As soon as I woke up, like I got up in this wall here, I got up out the bed, and it's just like I just immediately just went to the wall. And I'm like, okay, I can't, I'm not about to drive or walk or get a ride, anything to work like this. I'm not about to do that. That's just I'm not about to do that, But so a lot of the excuses started then. But again, I was late. I definitely still went in, I let it subside if it did. If it didn't, I stayed home. I had to take care of myself because at the end of the day, if anything happened to me, if I dropped dead, had to go to the hospital, you know what's going to happen? Either I'm going to get terminated or I'm not going to get terminated, but I'm still going to get replaced. And it's only one me. So I chose to take care of me. I chose me. So that was an issue. That kind of started racking up points. Vertigo would happen throughout the day. I'd get these dizzy spells because I used to drive. I used to be a delivery driver. I used to deliver the grocery. I used to do that. And that I decided to stop that because of that. That's a very heavy vehicle. It's an electric vehicle. I'm not about to do that and put anybody else's life or anything in harm because I know I'm not supposed to be driving. So it went with that. I got on a certain medication at a time that gave me diarrhea. And to be honest, I never really put the two together because I don't think I ever had diarrhea before to say, hey, you got diarrhea. So that was an issue. That was another reason why I was coming in late. And the most recent one, and I told them, I said, this is what's going on with me. I walked into the front office and I could tell you it was my coach. It was the AP coach And I feel like it was another coach. It was all three of them in there. I walked in and I told them, I said, "Hey, this is what's going on with me. I'm waking up at 2 o'clock in the morning, 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm not able to go back to sleep." And I told them, like, "Hey, this is what's going on. I'm By the time I actually do get back to sleep, it's 7 o'clock. I'm not hearing my alarm go off at 8 o'clock. My shift was 9 to 6, so that happened." And again, I told him what was going on. He's like, "Hey, you need to get that looked at, blah blah blah." So I finally got an appointment, a doctor's appointment, did a virtual. I got the medicine for it. I got some medicine that's supposed to help me sleep and all of this other stuff to help me sleep throughout the night, and it worked. But I guess by then everything, the computer had then accumulated all of the times and all of that stuff, and it just became an issue. So, um, of course, conveniently, the coach was on vacation when I got terminated. Now, whether he could have stopped it or not, whether he understood what was going on or not, I don't know. I don't know how those things work. But um, with Walmart, they don't really pull you in the office. Nobody's going to say, "Hey, you're at 4 points. If you get to five, we're going to terminate you. Blah, blah, blah. What's going on, so and so and so and so." That don't it happens, but it don't really happen because I've seen people get terminated for less points. Like, honestly, if your work ethic kind of sucked, if you got ADHD and they kind of have to keep calling you and this and that, and you get to maybe 2.5, 3 points, yes, I've seen that happen. I've seen it. I've seen people get terminated for less than that. Now, um, the thing I don't like, and I'm going to only speak on Walmart, I'm not going to speak on no other company that deals with point issues, is they can um, get rid of these points per se because each team lead has to do what's called attendance at whatever day of the week. It's because I was a team lead. That's how I noticed. Again, that's how I said I walked in, I seen the screen. And it's like, it'll tell you all of the people, it'll tell you everybody that was late, regardless of how late they were, even if it was 1 minute late. 1 minute late, it'll show up as 0.5. Doesn't matter if it's 1 minute or if it's however many hours. If you stay over your time, if you to where you're doing overtime, they have to account for that as well. And it's basically a accept or decline. So that tells you that, hey, okay, we can knock some of these points off. He told me he had these things going on and blah, 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 or she had these things going on. We could get rid of these points. They can do these things. And I guess they get fed up or they just don't know or whatever. Again, I told y'all, me and Baldhead kind of had a falling out or a little issue before. I don't know what his issue was truly with me. I don't know. But yeah, that happened. So they could really get rid of the points. And again, I've seen people that's been, late that then not showed up and they ain't got nothing. They still there. And if you know anything about me, you know me. I'm all equal. I ain't say nothing when Mr. Ballhead, when you take your lunch after the amount of time that you're supposed to, you don't. Because with Walmart, you're supposed to take your lunch within 6 hours. Or you get a penalty. But you take your lunch right at the last hour. Nobody said nothing about that. Nobody said nothing about you coming in late, because I done definitely seen you walk back there late. But ain't nobody talking about that, huh? We ain't gonna talk about that. I done seen all kind of other stuff with other team leads and stuff, but we not talking about them. We talking about me. Like I said, I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna say how it is. That's just what it is. But yeah, that's just where we at right now with Walmart. So yeah, I don't have nothing to offer you. I kind of have a congestion issue. You probably can hear it. I'm pretty sure you do. Yeah, moving on. The reason I say it's 8 o'clock, where's the time? There's no time on this computer. It is. I have to move it down. It's 8:21. Today, apparently, the president of America has given a deadline to the Iranian people to open the Strait of Hormuz. And it was like, I'm going to end y'all civilization. He said this through a tweet. He didn't say this in person. I guess to say, somebody else took my phone and blah, 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 whatever. But I recently checked, and I think it was 7:57, and they reached a ceasefire. They reached a ceasefire for 2 weeks. And I'm just looking at this like, y'all reached a ceasefire for 2 weeks, and that the Iranian military will escort the ships through the Strait of Hormuz. Okay. So basically, they still got control of it for next 2 weeks. They just not, I guess there's not going to be no issues, no bombings, or none of that stuff. That's what it sounds like. They just pushed it back for 2 weeks. And in 2 weeks, it's going to be the same thing, or it's not going to be the same thing. Mr. President of America, leave those people alone and go about your business. Signed all of everybody, all of dictators, presidents, prime ministers, whatever they're called, other countries. Leave them people alone. They all say the same thing. They're not helping you. You called them to help you, and they said, nah, bro. You got that on your own. You go ahead and you do that on your own. We ain't helping you. Leave them people alone. Trump, why don't you go over there and talk to that man? Go over there and talk to him. Get in your nice fancy 747 and go over there and y'all go talk to him. Find somewhere mutual to talk or whatever. Y'all can figure it out. You see it in the movies all the time. You see it in the movies. Y'all, they meet somewhere and blah, blah, blah. Go talk about it. Go have some food, delicacies or something. I don't know what they eat over there. Just like they don't know what we eat over here. And talk. Just talk. That's all they got to do. Talk. Figure it out. If you get to an impasse, okay, great. But they talked. But Mr. President of America, you can't just bully these people and say, hey, I need you to do what I say because I said it. You can't do that. Please don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, if y'all see this, it's that's the light reflecting off of that. I want y'all to think nothing wrong with me. I didn't get beat up. None of that. But to my audio people, I have on a Saints hat, and under the bill of the Saints hat, it is a reflective hologram thing, and the light's catching it, and it's kind of shining on my eye, the corner of my eye, my eyelid. For my audio people, that's what just happened. I raised up the hat, and I showed what it was. But yes, leave them people alone. I made a short earlier. I made a reel, and I put it on my Facebook and my TikTok. It's probably not going to get showed on one of the two. I'm not going to say which one it is, but I have a guesstimate. Yeah, leave them people alone. Trump is like a kid Trump is a kid like Dennis the Menace. I could see Trump. He had on that some kind of ball cap, probably red ball cap or something. And it's this great big old tree. And it's a nest of something, flying, stinging insects. Yeah. And it's a nest. And Trump picks up the stick. He goes back there. And he just starts. He go messing with this flying, stinging insect nest. This hive. He gonna mess with it. And he see all these things come out of him when you get close to it. And he may have gotten stung once. Maybe one landed on his arm. Maybe they got in his face and told him, leave us alone. But no, he go Trump. He gotta mess with it. He gotta mess with it. And that's where he at now. Today is the 7th. I just paid rent. Most people just pay rent. If they didn't just pay rent, they're about to pay rent, and they probably late because most people don't do over 5 days. 3 to 5 days, you late. I just pay rent, bro. I don't. I'm not trying to do no nuclear wars, none of that stuff. I ain't got no time for no apocalyptics right now. I don't have that. Don't no. I just pay my rent. Like, if that's what's gonna happen, I think everybody need to get refunded their money. Like, we need to know ahead of time. Like, hey, look, it's gonna be some nuclear foolishness going on. You ain't got to show up to work. Rent, everything is just free. Just go get it. Just go. Nah, don't do that. Because honestly, America will probably tear itself down if you do that. But yeah, like for real though, it's just leave it alone, man. Just leave them people alone. Go find something else to deal with. How about you fix the education system? How about you deal with all these homelessness issues that's going on? How about you deal with the stuff that's on your own land, that's under your own feet, before you go messing with these people over here, over some water, some ships in the water? Leave them alone. Them people not talking about the Mississippi River. Oh, we gonna shut down the Mississippi River and can't nobody do nothing. They ain't saying that. They ain't saying, oh, you need to shut down the port of wherever. Ain't no more ships gonna deliver nothing. They ain't saying that. Ain't nobody saying that. Man, leave them people alone. I forgot to mention this. I had to pull up my phone because I don't know where I put my index cards for me to write on them. But after I got terminated, you know what was funny? I got on Facebook and I started seeing all of the coaches as like people you may know, recommended friends. Like, what? Why do I see you? Why do I see you? Why do I see you? And it's like I seen all these people, recommended friends. All of the bosses were showing up on Facebook after I got fired. No, they didn't send me nothing, but it's just the fact that that happened. Like, oh, okay. Right. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. I forgot to mention that. I did not, for those of you that follow me as well, I did not record the past Monday. I know I'm record every Monday. I didn't record last Monday. I had an issue going on to where I couldn't record. I couldn't really go out to my mobile office to record because it hadn't got dark. It got dark already. So that was kind of, I wasn't going to do that. So it had gotten too late. Tuesday, I feel like it was the 31st. Whatever day was the 31st or something. It was either Tuesday or Wednesday. And I had to get my kid out to watch my kid. So I couldn't record that day. So I left it alone. But I did actually record with my good friend, Mackenzie. And that's the previous video. If you watch or listen, it's the previous one. I think it's called Dual Cast, the Dual Cast episode. That should be what it's called, either video or audio. But either way, it's the last one. I uploaded it 2 days ago. So August. Why it's not August? It's April. April 7th, 6th, 5th. April 5th, something like that. I think I finally uploaded it. But yeah, I went over by him and I recorded with him. So I released a few clips with that. So yes, I'm still here. I'm definitely about to do a lot more shorts. Y'all don't hear that. Okay. Maybe you do. But I'm about to get a little bit more active on social media and release some stuff that's not going to really be under the pot like this format to where you have to listen to the whole thing on my audio people or my video people. So again, I kind of urge you to go to Facebook, Wishful Podcast. You can find me there. It's the same logo and everything. This is one. If you see that logo, that's me. TikTok, I'm there. I think I'm about to slow down on TikTok. I think TikTok is kind of more political. So some things I probably won't post on there. If I do, they probably just gonna mute it. So yeah, I'm about to start posting up on X. Same thing on X. I stopped on Instagram because Instagram wasn't really showing me no love. So yeah, but I'll put it all there anyway. Everything is gonna be uploaded. You know, I'm going to start recording a lot more shorts and reels and everything and posting it to those platforms. So I encourage you to go and subscribe. They're all free. There's no subscriptions. There's none of that. Go do it. Go do it. Yeah. And definitely go tell your friends. Hey, go tell your friends. It's Wishful Podcast. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Y'all know the words, man. I hope y'all sung it. Y'all probably didn't. Y'all probably looked at me like I was having a seizure. Oh my God, is he having a seizure? What's going on? Not having a seizure. So I'm gonna try to go back a little bit. I did speak about the moon issue in my previous episode with Mackenzie, so I'm not gonna get into that. Um, I will get into this though. I don't I don't understand how there's people that really think that outer space is fake. It's fake. Outer space doesn't exist. All of these things doesn't exist. And it bothers me because I am a science person. This stuff has been it's proven. Like all of the physics, this plus this equals this, and this gives you that, right? There's people that you can follow. There's multiple people with PhDs and all these other alphabets that can tell you this stuff exists. This is in books. It exists. Even if you want to go all the way back then, outer space exists. All of these other things, the moon, other planets, it exists. People talk about, oh, we can't break the firmament and all this other stuff. Please shut up. Put your finger on your lip and shut up. Shut up. I explained in my previous video with Mackenzie about how we get outer space. Funny thing is, again, you can talk to any physicist, just a regular physicist. Just probably a teacher, a physics teacher, professor can explain the exact same thing. How to get out of Earth's orbit. If we can't break the firmament, we can't get into outer space. So what about the satellites and stuff? Yes, I understand that the satellites aren't in actual space like Mars and all of that stuff. They're still, I guess, close to the Earth's atmosphere. But what about the International Space Station and stuff like that? And all of these other things. If we can't do that, then what about stuff that enters the atmosphere? Like, I'm sorry, again, science, you got to make it make sense for me. And when these people talk, they don't make it make sense for me. I don't get it. Yes, space is real. It's all out there. It is cold. It is a vacuum. It is no sound. It's not like any Star Wars movies. If something blows up, any of these planets, supernovas, and all of that stuff happens and occurs, you won't hear anything. You will see it, but you won't hear it. That's the great thing about special effects. I don't know why they talk about that. Space is real. It happened. The moon landing, I don't know. As a kid, I believed it. As a teenager, I believed it. As a young adult, I believed it. As I got older, I don't know. People said it was all fake. It was a race because, again, at that time it was the whole Sputnik thing with us in Russia, the space race, all that. So I don't know. I'll honestly leave it there. I really 100% don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about it. I could go either way about it. I've seen certain things like, yeah, I really don't know. But to go to the moon or go around the moon, yes, that's very possible. It's very again, that's physics. You dealing with gravitationals and all of that stuff. All you got to do is pick the right time, shoot the spaceship up. It's gonna go up. The gravitational pull from the moon is gonna catch it, and it's gonna spin it around, however many times, bloop, 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 bloop. And they're gonna activate their rockets, and they're gonna come back down, and the gravitational pull of the Earth is gonna catch the spaceship, and they're like, we got you, spaceship, bring it on down, boom, and it's gonna land wherever it's supposed to land, and all of that stuff there. People are getting paid millions, billions of dollars to figure that stuff out. That's what they do. That's what they do. Uh, Here we go. Druski. Druski did a skit with Erica Kirk. I didn't watch it. I just seen the pictures of it. And a lot of people didn't like it, but apparently she responded, she clapped back. And and people were saying that Drewski may lose his endorsement with T-Mobile. I don't know if he did or if he will. But people were also saying that it's crazy how she could forgive the shooter, but not him, and all this other stuff that happened with Erica Kirk. Not get into it. Drewski's doing what he's supposed to do. He's uh he's a comedian streamer or whatever he actually is. I don't follow him. I ain't got nothing against him. I don't follow him. I don't follow any streamers, to be honest. None of them. I ain't got nothing against him. I push all of them. I would love to have all of them on the show and interview them. I've said that before. And most recently, Drewski did a Candace Owens thing. I just seen the pictures. Again, I don't know. I try not to look too much into the pictures because the whole AI thing is just out of control. I seen a picture of Jake Paul dressed as Drewski. He had on a brown face because Drewski's lighter than me. Y'all can't really tell because I got a bright light right here. But he's a lighter brown complexion, and Jake Paul apparently had that on, had the beard and everything, same attire, took pictures, and they did that. I say this about comedy. Um, a lot of people won't like it because they feel it's being taken too far, and I mean, if that's the case, each great comedian has taken it too far. The Dave Chappelle's, the people before him. I'm sorry, I don't know the era of great comedians. The Sam Kinnisons, I know I skipped a whole lot going back to Sam Kinison. The George Carlins, I know. Yes, they're white and they're definitely great storytellers, and all of these things. Those people, the other people, the Paul Mooney's, the people that really got into it and talked about these things. I know. I skipped a lot of people. Leave me alone. Fight me. You know what? Don't fight me, cause I don't have no insurance right now. You might win. I might get messed up a little bit. I can't go to the hospital. So no, we ain't fighting right now. No, we're not gonna do that. We can play pencil crack. I got a pencil. We could play pencil crack. We could settle it that way. No, all right then. Here's what it is. Pull up, as they say. But yeah. Mm-mm. The Super Mario Galaxy movie came out. What? 7 days ago? Yeah, came out 7 days ago. Came out at the beginning of April, and I'm gonna watch it. I'm curious. Super Mario Galaxy. Going to watch it. Chuck Norris died. I spoke about that last thing. I'm pretty sure everybody knows by now. Um, the Meta universe and YouTube were in a lawsuit and got sued. They lost because somebody said that they whatever happened with that whole situation, and I don't I can't and I don't. The fact that you have the ability to take your device, whether it's a phone, a tablet, a computer, a laptop, whatever, and you can do this, and you can press the button, turn it on and off. I turned it away for a very particular reason. I have my kids on my screen. I don't need you to see my kids because that ain't your business. But that's why I turned it away. And you can turn your phone off. You don't have to sit here and go and sue these people. It's the same thing as the fast food thing. You don't have to keep going to Wendy's and get the what is it, the biggie bag or whatever it's called, the full for folds or whatever they got, or anywhere else's. All of these things, you don't see these people. You don't see them. You don't. McDonald's in the news. Oh man, we giving out 20-piece nuggets here and then 40-piece nuggets and ultra Big Macs and stuff with the Huntrix meals. The Huntrix meals. Never opened it. It's here. The Huntrix meals and all of that stuff. And people getting sued because of that. You don't see that, do you? No, you don't. That's just how and where we live. And that's crazy that somebody was able to sue them people. Even better. Walmart, bring your asses here. I'm about y'all too. You don't see people saying, I'm broke and I'm homeless because I spent all of my money at Walmart. Do you? You don't. You don't. Tyler Perry was in Atlanta's airport. What is it? Hartsfield? Something like that. And he gave out some. I had to really go back and look at that story again because at first I thought it said that Tyler Perry had bribed TSA agents, but he didn't. He gave out Visa cards. He gave out cards to the TSA agents to because they were shut down. I don't know if they still is. The government is still shut down, and I don't know that. But he gave them money because they were shut down. And to me, that's great Samaritanship. If that's not a word, if it don't make sense, it is today. It makes sense today. And he did that. He gave these people out, or maybe he gave it to a person to say, maybe he gave it to a specific person and, evenly distribute it to somebody else, to the other people, whatever. It's just the fact that he did that. Hey, I understand y'all got a tough job. Y'all got families and stuff that y'all need to do too. Here, do that. That's love. That's love. I wish somebody would do that to me right now. Whistle Podcast, we ain't got no income coming in right now. I can give you my address. You go by all means. You can send cards and Visa cards and all this other stuff. By all means, you want it? I could drop the address and PO box and cash apps and all this other stuff too. I could do that. Mm-hmm. Sure can. You want to bring in a person? You could do that too. I mean, it may not be my actual address, but you can. Yeah, I got you. I got you. Oh man, I'm not gonna do that about the dinosaurs. We talked about that. Dinosaurs, no, that's a big one. Um, Palm Beach Peach. Palm Beach Pete. Supposed to be Epstein. Paradise season finale has ended. I'm just going down a list. Yeah. I feel it's a little too late to go into these things. Let me move my leg over. Let me get a little bit more comfortabler. Gotta get comfortabler. Also, I think I'm going to try to start making my podcast a little bit longer. Like my Monday episodes a little bit longer. Because, a lot of podcasts are pretty long. I don't want to make it 15, 20 minutes. That's like an appetizer or something. I'm going to do that. I want to give you more. Give you more. But, where was I? No, not that. Kent's? No. Okay. I'm gonna go here. I'm not really gonna go into the other things because I feel they've passed. I feel like they kind of irrelevant, maybe. But here in Cincinnati, seen on the news. I don't watch the news pretty often. For a reason. I don't watch the news because the TV that has the antenna to catch the news is in the other room, and there's other things going on in that other room. So I don't really get a chance to catch the news like I should, which is an excuse if you ask me. I will do better. I know better. I'm going to do better. Okay? Okay. Don't y'all leave me no type of comments about this foolishness. Don't do it. But here, a SPED teacher, SPED meaning special education, SPED teacher was having sexual contact with 4 middle school kids. It's not directly in Cincinnati. It's another county outside of Cincinnati. And people tried to reach to see if it was a sped student that this happened to, and of course the school didn't say anything back. They didn't respond because they're not supposed to. They can't. So it's still pending investigation. Yes, sir. Um, I hope that bad stuff happened to you. Gonna leave it there. My mind just went every direction. It just did. I'll let y'all fill in the blanks. You don't mess with kids. I don't know why people like to mess with kids. Like, stop. Please, just don't do that. Because I'm going to tell y'all now. Wishful Podcast people, I have 2 kids. My oldest is grown, and she knows how to take care of herself. She knows how to defend herself. She knows a lot. And I'm going to leave it at that with her. My youngest, however, is my youngest. And she's my kid. I'm going to be the reason. You want to talk to me. Don't talk to her. Talk to me. You better hope you catch me on a good day. That's all I'll say. Yeah. Catch me on a good day. Maybe you'll walk out okay. So, I don't know I will check back, and I'll make a separate reel about that. What's the update about that? Also here, and definitely in the city of Cincinnati, a Uber driver locked a 16-year-old young lady in a car and tried to make advances. A Uber driver, 16-year-old kid, black, tried to make advances. She recorded it voice-wise, and I think the mom was tracking it. Bruh. I hope they put you through the gas. Where you put the gas in the vehicle, I hope they put you through that and pull you out the grill of the car. And then put you back in and then pull you out the tailpipes. Mm-hmm. I hope they bring you to all the bad neighborhoods. I'm not going to name them. Bring you there. I hope they bring you there. And that's it. Just let them deal with it. I love street justice. Yeah, you ain't got to get the police involved. Just bring them over there. Bring them to the boys. Bring them to the hood. That's all you got to do. Oh, he did what? That blue car right there, he did what? What he did? He locked your girl in the car? Wait. So him right there, he locked her in the car? Uh-huh. So he locked her in the car. He was supposed to be an Uber driver, and he was supposed to bring her where? So he's supposed to bring her home. Oh, okay. And he locked her, and he was trying to touch on her, and he was trying to do that? Got it. Yeah. 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 You don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Again, I don't get it. I don't get how there's all of these adults, these 18 plus people, 21-year-old plus people that have to prey on less than. You have to prey on teenagers. You shouldn't be in your 30s messing with high school kids. There's adults that you can do this to that will love you and all of these other things, but you won't go mess with a young person, man. No. I don't know what it's going to take. It's going to take somebody to get hung up a flagpole by their nuts and just be up there by their nuts, and everybody, all the big TV cameras that's this big and like this, and just be recording and zooming in. That's what it's going to take. It's going to take a parent to do that to somebody's. Yeah. So you're not going to mess with nobody else's kids, huh? I know you're not. And it's going to take that to happen I'm okay. I need to move on because I'm starting to get upset. Visibly and everything else. What else I got? Yeah, I could talk about this. Where we at? We have 45 minutes. I spoke about this particularly earlier today and in my my reels on Facebook, TikTok. Spoke about this. Over in Iran, a F-15E Eagle was shot down. That's a two-seater aircraft. It was shot down. One of the pilots, he got the safety. The other pilot, the radarman, I forgot what they're called. I know it if I hear it. The other person is like WSO or something. They got a different name. The weapons specialist officer or something. He didn't. So he didn't get captured, but he ejected and he was still behind enemy lines. There was also a A-10 Warthog aircraft. You see it. That's what I got on. It was A-10 Warthog aircraft. A lot of people know the A-10 because of its gun, its minigun. It has a huge Gatling gun right under it. It's like sticking out of the nose of it. It's something you don't want to see. Most people know it because of the sound it makes. And that was a light imitation of it. It will decimate whatever it shoots at. Tanks, any armor, it's like done. If it shoots at that. But that plane got shot down. The only thing I can see about these aircraft getting shot down is the fact that they may have been flying too low for them to get shot down. I'm almost 100,000,000% sure that they weren't up at altitude and something locked onto them and shot them down that way. Just no. They had to have been low enough to where regular arms fire, maybe, 50 cal, something of that nature, any type of, I don't know if a 50 cal is considered small arms, maybe. But stuff like that, you get into the certain millimeters, the bigger things that you could just shoot. You could just shoot these things. And it may have hit the aircraft and caused it to fall. That's the only thing that I could see. I also seen on Al Jazeera's network that two C-130s. No. I forgot the number. The number's on the page behind me. I don't have it with me. I'm not about to get up and look at it. C-130 and two Black Hawks. I feel like I said that right. If not, it's the other way around. Were also completely destroyed. If I had to say, I think the C-130s may have been refueling and the Black Hawks were getting fuel. For those of you that don't know what a Black Hawk is a huge, very huge helicopter. You can hear it, you can feel it. It's trouble. I feel like that's also the pave load. If you play video games like me, if you played the modern warfare games and it's like pave low inbound, that's that helicopter that just came and it was like horrible. Shot and killed everything. And you died a bunch of times because you're trying to shoot it down. That's that helicopter. It's ridiculously big. No, I think the pave low is something different. I think that's a C-Star. My bad. I'm not even about to do it. No. But yeah. That's what happened. Sir, leave them people alone. They over here shooting stuff down. Leave them people alone. I follow a lot of people on my YouTube, and these people are like ex-CIA, ex-FBI, they're special forces, military forces. They were there. And everybody's saying the same thing. Don't go into Iran. It's a completely different beast than Afghanistan and all these other places. Don't do it. X, Y, and Z. They're giving reasons why. People are saying why we will lose. And here we are. This man still sending the military over there. I wish, I don't know, man. I wish it was a reason. I wish it was a way that people in the military can just kind of say, you know what, I don't want to go over there. I don't know because of X, Y, and Z. But as a person who almost got into the military, I didn't get into the army. I tried to enlist into the army, but I didn't because of my eyes. I have very, very poor eyesight. I'm like a negative 20 and a negative 18, negative 21 in one eye, negative 18 in the other eye. So basically, I was a high risk for retinal detachment. Had that not occurred, I would have definitely been and still be in the United States Army, most definitely. But fighting a war that's just like pointless, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing, no. But again, I get it. You do all of these things, you're sworn in. It's out of your control. As long as the people are trained up, as long as all the troops are trained up, I hope that any and all troop that go over there that is deployed, I hope that they all make it back 100%, that they all make it back whole. No hearing, no sight damage, no nothing, no PTSD. They come back and it's just like, okay, I had my tour in Iran and I'm back. I'm good. No PTSD. That's what I 100% wholly, genuinely wish on all of the service people that's active and the reserves and all of that stuff. You're not even gonna do that. But here we are at 52 minutes. 52 minutes. It is now 8:59 p.m. I am going to go and scour the news networks, and I'm going to start recording more, as I said before. That rhymed. Yay. I'm going to start more daily. I'm going to start posting at least 2 videos per day on all of my social medias. So be sure to definitely check them out. But I need y'all to tell y'all friends. Tell your friend, man. Tell your mama, tell your daddy, your uncle, all that. Tell them about this great podcast that you watch, that you listen to, because I'm also everywhere. I'm here. And I'm about to keep expanding. But tell them about me on YouTube if they want to see me. Tell them about me on Amazon Music. The people with the what's the tablets called? The not Spotify tablets. It's the I forgot what they call it. The Kindles and all of that stuff. Podcasts are free with Amazon Music. The people on Spotify, you can listen to me there. You can find me on Amazon Podcasts as well. If it's anywhere else that you would like me to upload my content to, I will. And I'm on Facebook. I'm on X. I'm on Instagram and TikTok. The Wishful Podcast. Yay. Go tell your friend about the Wishful Podcast. With that being said, love you. I'm out.